Good morning, 97.1. Jim Costa, John Jansen, Heather Park, Gov and Greg behind the glass. We'll have the 2 Grand Slam at 7:25, a chance to win $2,000 getting up with us today. And as you wake up, the Tigers waking up with Framber Valdez.
Spending some money.
John.
Wait. Somebody spent money?
Someone made a move in this city.
Somebody made a free agent, an impactful free agent signing?
A significant spend. Someone did a thing. Someone made a move.
Yeah. I wonder if, who was the guy yesterday that called in that was the depth of the heat of 1,000 suns, however he said it.
I hate Scott Harris.
Yeah. I'd like to hear what he thinks about this now. And it doesn't. I wouldn't expect that he would go from where he was yesterday to, Scott Harris is great, but you got to give the guy his flowers and say that this is a great move.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not expecting you to go lovey-dovey full 180, but this is a significant move. This is a guy who is a frontline rotation anchor. It's a guy who can count on for damn near 200 innings. He's going to keep the ball down, ground balls, doesn't give up homers. And, John, he's gotten Cy Young votes 3 of the last 4 years. This is a number one on most teams. The fact that you have Skubal to give a 1-2 punch makes you that much more formidable. And, John, I love that he offers them protection wherever the Skubal thing goes. If Skubal is only here for one more season, you got a better chance to win the World Series with that 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
If Tarik Skubal is to be dealt tomorrow following arbitration, you still got a number one guy, right? Like, this is a move, whether Skubal's here or not, that makes them better, and it protects them from the uncertainty and the volatility of this Boris Skubal fiasco.
And the whole mental side of the game is so important. And you got 2 guys that are 2 lefties in a 1-2 punch. But how much better do you think that makes, Reese Olson coming off the injury? And anybody else that's going to be in the rotation, because it takes a lot of pressure off of them, and it just lets them go out there and pitch.
John, do you remember one of the questions we were asking AJ Hinch late in September? Who's your number 2? Well, now it would be who's your number 3. The point is you start moving that down,
right?
And it could be Flaherty or Mize or Olson. Got to get him healthy,
right?
Melton.
But I think Mize is a great one.
You're a deeper, longer staff now. Now you're not questioning, well, who do I give the ball to after Skubal?
Right, and we've always talked about, is Mize ever going to fulfill the 1-1 prophecy? And no.
Thank you.
But now it takes pressure off of him because he doesn't have to be that guy that follows Skubal. He doesn't have to be. Now he's going to have to follow Valdez or maybe Reese Olson does. I don't know how they're going to do it. That's up to AJ. But it takes the pressure off of all those guys to have to go out there and be that second ace.
So how do you feel about the move? What are the ramifications? What does it mean for Skubal? We'll just talk about it. 248-539-9797. Some of the texts coming in. How are we going to pay Valdez $38 a year but can't pay Skubal? That sentiment echoed by another texter who says, I was confused when I got the news. Pay Valdez $38 a year but hesitant to give Skubal $32?
No. So
yeah, let's make sure we clarify for people.
Let's clarify this.
I've seen a lot of this, and I don't think this makes sense. The Tigers would gladly give Skubal a 3-year deal.
Oh yeah,
where he's making $38 million
or more.
Or more.
They'd probably give him 45
on a 3-year
over
deal.
3-year deal.
Absolutely, they'd pay him on
probably give him 40 over 6.
Maybe, but certainly they would pay a 3-year deal as much or more than Valdez. It's not apples to apples. Skubal, and I'm not faulting him for this, wants to hit the open market to get the 8 or 10-year deal where you're stacking hundreds of millions. Valdez got $115 million. Skubal and Boris are thinking, that's cute. We want 3 times that. That's the difference, or 4 times that.
Well, and I'm curious as to, now we know the Dodgers will do just about anything. Outside of them, what is the sentiment amongst other general managers or president of baseball operations around baseball? Because Valdez wanted a longer-term deal. That's why he was still on the market as of yesterday. He wanted 5 years. Well, everybody said, no, we'll give you, 3 or 2 or whatever it is. He ends up going 3 for $115 for the Tigers. Is there a world where, because of the arm events that Skubal has, and there's no question, the dominance that he's had over the last couple of years. And I think he will for the foreseeable future. By foreseeable future, I'm talking about 3, maybe 4 years. Then there's going to be a decline.
Yeah.
What does that decline look like? How many teams would be willing to give him 8 to 10 years? And he may find out that they're
small list.
It's a small list, and maybe it's a no list. And, everybody's willing to go, like we did with Valdez, to 35.
Right.
Well, if you go 6 years this year for Skubal, that gets you to 35.
Sure.
I'm just throwing it out there as I don't know what everyone else is thinking about Tarik Skubal. More than likely, there's somebody that will say, yeah, you know what, to pull you away from the Tigers, if they're going to give you 6 for 240, we'll go 8 for 320.
Look, if you want an insight into Skubal's mind, he did share on Instagram a photo with the Valdez deal, and he said, dinner's on you.
Yes.
If I'm Skubal or Boris, I'm hoping we get good news and we get $32 million for the upcoming season. Arbitration news expected today. Beyond that, Valdez just set the floor. This is the most money per year ever for a lefty. If I'm Skubal, I go, okay, well, we're certainly going to leapfrog that in our next deal. So it's a win for you in that way if you're Tarik Skubal. So,
right, but it's a matter of term. It's and that's where when Tigers fans lose their mind of, well, why would you pay Valdez this and not Skubal?
It's term.
It's all about the length of the contract.
Always comes back to length. 248-539-9797. Text says, guys, this
You're
is
so dirty. I wouldn't even go there.
Right. Yeah, you're the adult. Regardless of how arbitration goes, this is a net positive. If Tarik stays, a top 5 rotation. If he goes, Valdez is our anchor ace. Yeah, 100%. That is my read of the situation, too.
Yeah, I mean, there's insurance, but there's also the excitement of you could have both.
Dingler and Rogers just demanded to be traded, LOL. You get that reference?
Yes.
For those that don't know, Valdez had an incident where he threw it intentionally at his catcher after giving a grand slam up in September.
Right.
Guys, the Tigers just sent a message to Skubal. They will pay, but not long term. Nothing more than 5 years. Paul in New Haven.
Bingo.
Guys, I think Valdez is a move no person could be upset with. He's a high-level winner. He's kind of the Bregman of pitchers.
Oh, I think I would say he's better than that. I would think. I don't know. You're kind of. I mean, it's hard to compare apples to oranges at that point.
I agree with the point. This is a guy who can lead a rotation, can win a lot of games. You had the pitcher WAR stat over several seasons. He's in the top 5 or 6 in terms of being one of these guys who can lead a team. 248-539-9797. As much as it pains me, Texter says it vindicates Scott Harris. Clearly had no issue paying Skubal $40 a year. The hang-up was always the years. Rather than being held hostage by Boris, he likely beat them in arbitration and relocated Skubal's money to someone else. Said, good luck with your new team in 27.
I mean, that's a great take. That's a great take.
I don't know if them winning an arbitration is why they did this deal. Like save $13 million to spend $115 doesn't really make sense.
No, but I think he did take a little power back.
Yeah, I agree with that. Control, power, whatever words you want to use, because it felt like Harris, as a stand-in for the Tigers organization, was kind of like dangling in the wind, just kind of, oh no, how's this going to go? We're going to be the victims, and now they have control of the situation.
Yeah.
248-539-9797. Finally, a Detroit team does something major. Arbitration or not, we'll have a very nasty pitching staff for the upcoming season.
I mean, I'd also like to know, we asked your initial reaction. Mm-hmm. Did this up your level of excitement? Because I think there was a lot of, oh, well, they're not going to do anything. Why would I want to, I'll still be a Tigers fan, but why am I going to buy tickets? I think this 100% energizes the fan base.
And this one, can you ask your update guy if MSU is still the best basketball team in the state? Can you ask him about Grayson Allen Fears? It's 97-1.